It's my favorite segment of the week. It's the College Football Rapid Fire with Craig Trapp. Weekly promo code time. Use the word upset and save yourself 15% off the entire site. Craig, how's it going, man? We got some games to go through for week 7 of college football. Are you excited about this?
Yeah, excited. I think I owe some people a little. Last few weeks, my rapid fire picks haven't quite lived up to what they were early in the year. So let's pick it up this week.
All right, Craig, I'm expecting more out of you here. All right, let's do this thing. Okay, we're going to go through 5 picks in under 5 minutes. We're going to start out in the ACC with Clemson at Georgia Tech. Clemson is 4-0, but only 1-3 against the spread. Georgia Tech is 2-2, 2-2 against the spread as well. It's Clemson minus 27 and a total of 64. Hit it.
Well, Georgia Tech, they've had some ugly losses, but the loss to Syracuse I'm talking about. But then they had the big win last week. They also had the big win to open the season against Florida State, which we know Florida State's not great. But, hey, you win on the road in the ACC. That's something. And I like Georgia Tech getting all these points here. I see it at 27. It opened at 25. So I think I'd wait on this one. Hopefully, maybe it sneaks up to 27.5 or 28. But I just think Clemson, they obviously win, but they have way bigger fish to fry this year. It seems like they've been getting up big. And then they, especially in the games that have been lopsided, then they put in their second and third string to try to get a little depth just in case they have COVID guys that have to miss games. So I like Georgia Tech. I like the freshman quarterback. I think he avoided turnovers last week. If he does that this week, I think they cover this big number.
I'm absolutely with you on this one, 100%. I love the Yellow Jackets here. Take all those points. All right, Kentucky at number 18, Tennessee. Kentucky's 1-2 for the season, 1-2 against the spread. Tennessee's 2-1 and 1-1 against the spread. Tennessee -6, and the total is at 45.5. Fire away.
Well, I mean, who would have thought last week, Kentucky, 2 weeks ago, they give up, 40, 50 points to Ole Miss. Then they come back last week and allow 2 to Mississippi State. And Mike Leach is, of course, a high-flying offense, at least what we thought was high-flying when they beat LSU early in the year. So I don't know what to expect of this Kentucky defense. To me, I think you have to play the total here. I think you play the under. I think Tennessee has a really good defense. If Kentucky's defense is as good as what we saw last week, I kind of think this under, even though it's opened at 49, I think this one goes under.
All right, number 3, Georgia at number 2, Alabama. Both of these teams are 3-0, but the Bulldogs are 2-1 against the spread. The Tide is 1-2. We've got Alabama -4, and the total is at 56. Hit me with your best shot.
Oh, yeah, shop this one around because since Nick Saban is out because he has COVID, we've seen this line go from anywhere from 7 or 6 to 4 or 4.5. So definitely shop it around depending on which side, of course, you want to bet. But to me, obviously, it's a big thing when you lose coach, especially someone as good as Nick Saban. I think I'm taking Georgia here. I mean, I think Kirby Smart, he probably wishes that his old mentor, Saban, was on the sideline because if you get the win, then people are going to say, well, then maybe they wouldn't have beat him with Saban.
Right.
But I think Georgia is really, really good. Even though Auburn wasn't great, I mean, they dominated Auburn. And I think Georgia on the road against Alabama, that's not going to have, a packed stadium. I think it's going to be near the home edge and no Saban. Give me Georgia in the points.
Number 5, North Carolina at Florida State. UNC is 3-0. FSU is 1-3. I've got UNC as the favorite, -13, and the total's at 64.
Yeah, how about this line movement? Florida State opened as a 9-point underdog. Now they're 13. I even see some 13.5s out there. The total opened at 61. It's anywhere from 63 to 64.5. So we've seen a lot of line movement here. This North Carolina offense is for real. Yes, Virginia Tech last week, they don't have the defense that we remember when Bud Black was leading the Virginia Tech defense, but Virginia Tech has some good athletes, way better than I think at Florida State at this point. And I think North Carolina not only wins, but wins in a romp. I think this one's, 3 touchdowns plus. North Carolina, they've been great running the ball, but their passing attack, they've, a couple quarters here and there, but they haven't put a whole game together against a bad Florida State defense. I think they do it this week. Let's take North Carolina and lay the big number here.
Florida State is an auto-fade team for me ever since Willie Taggart was there. He's left, I know that, but I'm still on auto-fade, and I still cash tickets. So I'm with you on that one. Take UNC. Last one, number 11, Texas A&M Aggies take on Mississippi State. The Aggies are 2-1. State is 1-2 under their new head coach, Mike Leach. Both of these teams are 1-2 against the spread, and I'm showing the Aggies as a 6.5-point favorite. The total is 54.5.
another game that you got to shop this line because it opened at 5.5, went to 6, 6.5. Then I see it anywhere from 4.5 to 6 right now, just depending on where you look at it. So definitely shop it around. I like Texas A&M here. I don't think they have any letdown after that Florida big win at home last week. I just think Texas A&M has way too many horses. And Mississippi State, Leach was calling them out after only scoring 2 points last week, saying maybe he's got to, get rid of some of these players to bring in some of his talent, guys that believe in his system. I don't think that's the way you probably gain a locker room. And I think Mississippi State could probably have a really rough season. It's unbelievable. You win opening game against the national champions from last year in LSU, and then since then, Mississippi State has shown me nothing. Let's take Texas A&M minus 4.5, 5, 5.5, 6, whatever you call it. I think Texas A&M wins by more than a touchdown.
I agree with you on that one. I'm a huge Mike Leach fan. I really had high hopes, especially after that first game. But all right, guys, thanks for doing the college football rapid fire with us. Stay tuned. We've got a lot more free picks headed your way from Picks and Parlays. Bet, win, repeat.